That's what he said with Cedric D. Sanders.
100% real, raw, and uncut. Deadass.
Y'all know what time it is. Turn up. That's what I said.
Welcome to another episode of That's What I Said with your host, Cedric Sanders, giving you 100% authentic, real, raw, unapologetic truth with no filter. The broadcast starts now.
What's good? It's Thursday. Another episode of That's What I Said, the podcast. What's good, everybody? What's good, Connie? How you doing, babe?
What's good, babe?
Nothing.
Thursday.
Just it's Thursday. We chilling. The chilling out Thursday. That's what we do on Thursday. We just chill out. And the podcast is going to be no different. It is going to be no different. We are definitely chilling out tonight. So please know that this podcast will be shorter than the other podcasts. A lot of reasons why is because I think I want to do Thursdays as our short. Just hit it, quit it. Say what we got to say, get up out of there. No long hoopla, no, whatever. Give you my energy and I'm done. So that's what we're going to do on Thursdays.
And that's it.
Yep, that's what we're going to do on Thursdays. Tuesdays, we'll do a little bit longer conversation if need be. And that's probably when the interviews will happen. If they happen on Thursdays, then, we'll play it by ear. We'll figure it out. But I appreciate everybody taking the time out to listen to That's What I Said. If you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or wherever you catch the podcast, I appreciate the energy. If you are listening to it live on Spreaker, I appreciate you. Go ahead and drop something in the chat. And if you're listening to this via however you listen to your podcast, whether it's Apple, Spotify, Google, thank you. I appreciate it. Please share it with your friends and family because the conversations that we'll have will be definitely different. But at the same time, I think these are conversations that you should be listening to. Not just the typical people. Yeah, you have influencers that you like. People that you enjoy listening to because they're funny or whatever the case may be. But do you have that one person that has a myriad of topics that they can talk about and not afraid to talk about them and not worrying about what people going to say or how they're going to get in the little corner and do they little, trolling and all that other kind of mess that people like to do? I don't care about all that. I don't care.
Facts.
I've been dealing with that for the last 4 or 5 years. I don't care. I got thick skin. Military vet, mind you. And this is like, not to make it sound like I'm better than anybody, because I'm not. It's just, when you're in the military, you learn to have thick skin. You learn to not listen to a lot of the bullshit that people try to tell you because it's a distraction. They try to steer you into the wrong course just so that they can capitalize on, whatever it is that you not doing or supposed to be doing. And they the clowns, not me. I'm just saying. So
Clown horns.
anyway, let's get this show on the road. Tonight's topic, I want it to be a little different because I think this is just, coming from advice of people that have experienced different myriad of things, especially when it comes to finances. And this is probably one of them, and something that I feel like we should have a conversation about, or at least let the people know, is there's ways to minimize the pain when it comes to taxes. I'm going to give you my top 5. No, this is not financial advice. I am not providing financial advice, nor am I a financial advice professional, or I should say a financial professional. I'm strictly someone that is in the community that likes to provide financial awareness, personal development, and a whole slew of however the hell I feel like giving the things that I know or don't know. And if I don't really know it, I'm not going to really talk about it. But if there's things that I know a little bit about, and I know I can have a conversation about it that is going to help people, I'm going to do that. For the things that I don't know and I know somebody that knows the information, I'll bring them on for an interview, and I can throw the questions at them.
Absolutely.
The things that I know people would want to ask. So let's move forward. So some of the things that I think is a distraction for people when it comes to taxes is you have to really, just like you do anything else with your money, you have to plan. So if this would be the number one thing, the very first thing is planning. You really have to get yourself in the element of organization when it involves anything with money. Anything. I don't care what you're doing with it. I don't care how you spending it, how you make it. That is on you. However, if you pay taxes and you got to go every year and file your taxes by the April 15th deadline, by this year's the 18th. But if you have to meet that April 15th, well, in California, it's in October. Yes, fact check it. Look it up.
What?
Co-producer. It is, I'll look it up right here on the fly. I heard through a little birdie of mine that California is paying taxes in October. Now,
Yep. Monday, October the 16th.
yeah. Now, did you see what the reason was?
No.
Now, they extended the tax deadline because of the impact of those storms they had in December and January.
Oh. That's what's up.
Now, this was smart. And a lot of people are like, "Oh, why this?" Because they had a natural disaster or whatever. Yeah, that's bad for them, but why did they get a delay? Let me tell you, when it involves one calendar month into another, well, if it involves one calendar month at the end of a year and coincides with the next calendar month in the new year, guess what happens? That messes that in completely and utterly crash courses with tax season.
Right. Because that's when all the businesses and stuff are doing their end of year.
Well, not only just that, in December is still part of the tax year that you're filing of 2022. And guess what? You didn't have this big ass snowstorm that came down. Mm-hmm. And that has completely changed the financial situation in a lot of people's households. Rather they are single family home, married, got a business, whatever. That has completely just obliterated every purpose, or not even really purpose, any planning that this person had when it came to them not just filing their taxes, but what they're going to do with the money when they receive it. And not even just that part. It's really the part of just people losing their assets.
Yeah.
And now when they file taxes, they're going to need time.
Yeah.
Now it's like, are they going to have to consider this a complete loss, or are they going to have to,
Right.
It's so many different parameters that's going into this. So it's like, it makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. Now, I'm sure people are going to have issues because they dealt with a natural disaster and they didn't have to file taxes later, whatever. I mean, stop. It's like everybody else's, situation is not your come up.
And somebody's going to try. Somebody's going to try, because they always do.
I mean, hell, they did it with the PPP loans. What's
Well, there's that.
So, shout out to Logoverse. Logoverse is the company that has graciously designed my logos and are definitely in the process of doing so many other things, including getting my social media situation taken care of, because it is disastrous. You ever seen that movie Twister? Yeah, that's exactly what my social media is right now. It's just in a twister all over the place. So Logoverse, one of their perfect, I think, gentleman to work with in this process that I'm going through with this rebranding and getting my social media and stuff and website together. Nick Bateman. This guy.
Phenomenal.
If you need anything done as far as logo for your business, logo for your podcast, websites, if you're looking to get a website designed, if you're looking to get anything taken care of,
right,
please reach out to myself. I'll put you in touch with Nick, and I'm sure he will get you squared away. This guy is amazing. His customer service is amazing, and his whole team is outstanding.
Yeah.
I can't be biased though. All I know is that they're doing outstanding work, and I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, guys. You keep doing the thing, and in a few months we're gonna open this reveal like, you know, we on the red carpet of the Oscars. Well, no, we don't want to do red carpet of the Oscars.
Just on the red carpet.
I mean, if we're just on the red carpet at MTV Awards, I mean,
anywhere.
I mean,
No.
Okay, we'll just say, you know what? We're at the BET Awards.
Okay.
And I get invited, and I have to bring my team because I wouldn't be successful without my team. So, of course, I got my wife on one hand, and I got my whole team on the left. That includes Nick Bateman and the team at Logoverse. I appreciate you guys. Anyway, this whole tax thing is just bonkers to me. So yeah, the first thing you really have to do is plan. You really have to plan, get your things in order. You want to take care of the things that you would not think of now for next year when you file. If you own a business, there's certain tax deductions that you have opposed to being a single person. A single person with no business, or family with no business or whatever, your tax deductions are as minimal as at least.
Yeah.
I mean,
as a slice of bread in the pile.
I mean, like somebody left the ends of the bread in the damn bread bag.
And that's all you got.
And that's all you got. I don't eat no sandwiches with the bottoms of the bread. What the fuck? The bottoms? That's all that's in here is the bottoms? You don't eat them, so why'd you leave them in there? Throw the shit in the trash.
I'm done.
I'm just saying. That's what people have in their tax situations when it comes to just filing their taxes.
Yeah.
And I heard
there's no breaks.
I
don't have any breaks.
I heard something that I had to change the wording of, and it fits into this conversation.
Oh.
Middle class is modern day slavery. And the reason why I say that is because they get the most bullshit when it comes to taxes, but are barely making it. I mean, they're making it to the point where, you know what? I'm living within my means. This is what I can afford. And it's like they're taxed to hell, property tax this, they get a new vehicle, they got to pay taxes on that. They put money into a 401k that ain't worth shit, but guess what? Now they retired and they want to take some of that money back. Guess what? Taxed.
And it's not a small tax.
And it's not a small tax at all.
That shit's a big tax.
It's ridiculous. So the medium in certain, and I think this is something that you need to pay attention to when you do your taxes. What is the average medium for your community? And are you within that average medium? And everybody's like, why does that matter?
The community you live in has a mean average or something like that of what their income is?
Right. So every community, when you go buy a house or you go look at a community, they have what's called mean income and mean annual income. And it's a average of the income of people that live within the areas that you live in. Why is this important? Because you already know the percentage of taxes that these people are paying. Everybody's like, why is that important? Because you may not have never paid this damn tax percentage before, this tax rate. Oh, by the way, with the 6% interest rate on top of their tax rate, you do the math. You're paying more for services and commodities and things on the outside. And then when you file your taxes, guess what? You just moved into a new, tax bracket because your promotion at your job. And now you and your husband is in the tax bracket where now both of you, your single income, say, is $250,000. No, better yet, we say 200. We say 200,000. You by yourself are already in a tax rate of 32%.
Dang. Just as a single person. You
found married, your husband probably, or wife or whatever, if they working, we'll say that, you guys are both pulling in, 6 figures. And, you bringing in 200 and your significant other's bringing in 200. Y'all got 400 on the table. Well, guess what? 400 puts you in the 35 percentile.
Damn.
Or damn near close to the 35 percentile. When as a single person, you're just going in at 32.
Wow.
So you're already at a 30%, over 30% tax rate.
That's insane.
Oh, mind you, let's not even go into the whole fact of, what if, we, let's say, itemized or found ways to put that money into something so that it can actually do something for the family or do something for us.
Okay.
Now, this helps minimize those tax breaks because some of these things are offsetting. Like your 401k you don't get taxed on that until you take the money out.
Right.
So your contribution into that pretty much is tax free at this point. Roth IRAs, tax free. Some things give you tax benefits just for being able to, have the money go into those things. And then people say, well, you pay taxes on the back end. Isn't that bad? Taxes is a situation that can't nobody answer anyway.
Right. That was established in 1913, taxes.
Right. So we're working off of a tax code that was written in 1913 with thousands of revisions.
Oh, my. Yeah.
So it's hard to really calculate or pinpoint where the problem lies other than in 1913. It's modern day slavery for our middle class people. The amount of bullshit that they deal with just to survive. It's ridiculous. So 2 and 3, well, actually, no, 2 is 2 things that actually represent the same thing. Well, kind of not necessarily represents, but they work together. Okay. So getting a tax person to help you do your taxes is my 2. The 3 part is if you use tax software, make sure that tax software has a consultant so that if you have questions, you're able to get those questions answered. Especially if you own a business or if you own a business any part of last year, if you just starting a business this year, it's not going to be affected on these taxes. But if you just start a business this year, it's something that you need to, be prepared for when you do your taxes next year.
Right.
Get you a tax professional so that you can get the tax breaks that you deserve, especially if you own a business. Ding, ding, ding. especially if you have a home-based business.
Ring the bell.
Ding, ding, ding. If you own a home-based business, you go from handful to maybe 2 handfuls of tax breaks to over 400.
Can you repeat that, sir?
You
Hold up. I don't think I heard you correctly, let alone the audience heard you correctly.
So
how many tax
you basically go from a handful of tax deductions when you don't own a home-based business to go over, it's over 400
Dang.
when you have a home-based business. People didn't realize when you own a home-based business that you can basically have dinner at your house, a business meeting, if you will, and it could be tax deductible.
The whole thing?
Yeah. Drinks too.
Wow.
Drinks is part of having dinner. Just saying. You can hold you have a home-based business, have a business meeting in your house. Say basically you're trying to do whatever it is. You're basically trying to figure out t-shirt design, or you're just having your team over to have, a good meal, and you order out meal. You order through DoorDash, you decide to get Benihana's, or you decide to get Wingstop shit. It don't matter.
Red Lobster. Yeah.
And on the way from DoorDash, you say, "Hey, pick me up 2 bottles of Moscato at Costco, or 4 bottles or 5 or whatever it is you want." All that shit's tax deductible because it's within your business, your internet.
What about while you're driving in your vehicle?
Oh,
is that tax deductible too?
Yeah, it's tax deductible, especially if you say you say you go to Home Depot. Mm-hmm. You run into somebody you don't know or whatever, and you have a home-based business that, I don't know, sells beauty products.
Right.
And this person knows that you sell beauty products. Didn't know it's your home-based business, but they just know you sell beauty products. And they ask you, "Hey, when you getting your new skin cream, or when are you getting the new, toenail polish, whatever? I like to, find out more about it." Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's tax. That mileage from your house to wherever you went, this became tax deductible.
Wow. Because you had a conversation about your business. Ain't that something? Well,
you just have to have an app that can track your mileage. And some people get weird. I don't know. That's kind of weird. They know where. Okay. Well, I'm trying to teach you how to get ahead. You ain't got to listen to me. I'm just telling you the truth.
Let it be weird if you want to.
I'm telling you, when these tax professionals, they're going to ask you, well, do you have a receipt? Do you have documentation? And if you have an app, because they have apps for that, trust me, and they cost money. But once you own a business, this is something that is worth spending the money for. Although I do know a company where, I'm not going to get into that, but you can get certain qualities that you absolutely need from a home-based business in certain companies, but people don't want to see the red tape. They just want to go straight through it and just go get the shit. They don't care about the benefits. They just want the process no, I paid for this. This is what I want. Well, you don't want all this other shit? No. How's that going to benefit me when you use that shit up?
Right.
When you go and get whatever it is that you paid for, because that's what's important to you, all the other benefits don't matter to you until that's gone. And then when that's gone, then now you want to know what benefits you get. See, it don't work that way. You got to use the benefits that's there for you. So then when you go and receive the gift that you really paid for, it's not something that you want to take. You actually kind of might want to reinvest it.
Yeah.
You might want to let it grow. You might want it to do some work for you so that it can actually, I don't know, pay itself. Anyway, I can go on and on about that. But anyway,
Sure can.
get you, yes, if you use the software, make sure it has access to a tax professional so that you'll be able to ask those questions and understand the tax deductions and this, that, and the other. Number 3 is something I briefly talked about, but didn't get into details about. And I'm not going to get into details about because it's just my top 5. So number 3 of the top 5 is taking advantage of, let me say it like this. When you're filing out your 1040 easy, they always ask you, do you want to give the $3 to the presidential? Is it on the taxes or is it the driver's license?
No, it's on both.
It's on both, right? When you get your driver's license and every time when you do those,
I just thought about that. Yes,
they want the $3 for the contribution, presidential contribution, right? How's the damn government already asking for tax money before you filled out an application?
Right, before you sign.
You ain't paid no damn money. You ain't saying no money.
But they want some.
But they already want, they want $3 off the top. See, you know how that's how your paycheck work, right? You know when your paycheck come in and everything, it's leftover.
Yeah, what's left over?
It's when the company gets that money, that's the leftover cash before tax. This is the leftover cash after taxes. Taxes have been paid. Mm-hmm. Now he got to divvy that shit up and show you how much you paid in your tax, what your contribution was to the taxes.
They taking these.
They getting they pay. They getting their money. Don't worry about that. So making sure that you absolutely unequivocally understand donating to charitable organizations it's a tax deduction. You get credits or some of it's tax deductible.
Dependent, is it based off an amount, or do you know if it's based?
It's
off
based
an amount?
on a certain amount. I don't know what that amount is.
Gotcha.
I know like you get deductions and credits for like your mortgage interest, certain business expenses. It's a lot of things. I mean, it's a lot of different things that you can get tax deductions on and credits for. That's why you need a tax professional. And a lot of times when you do the tax, use the software for do your taxes and stuff, I'm not going to mention these companies, but y'all know what I'm talking about. They already within the little process that they have when you do your taxes tell you what these deductions and credits are. Like, do you think that you have or have had or qualify for these deductions? You put in there, yes, and then it goes through a whole list.
Gotcha.
If you don't qualify for this, it goes to the next one. If you don't qualify for this, it goes to the next one. And then it gives explanations of what these deductions are. So please pay attention to those.
Right. Especially if you do your own taxes.
Especially if you do your own taxes. Definitely. 4 is a doozy because 4 is the one that 4 is 4 is me. I wait till the last minute to pay taxes. Pay your taxes on time, y'all. Pay them on time. Y'all don't want to pay them late fees. None of that. No. That's why the first one was plan ahead. You want to plan forward, not, plan backward. So you got to plan ahead. That's number one. But the making sure that you do their taxes on time is key. You definitely don't want to be late. You don't want the IRS sending you letters talking about we deducted this out your check. Because them letters will come quick, fast, in a hurry. And sometimes you'll learn that you're going to pay this money to the IRS before they even take their money out. The letter is already in the mail, already hit your mailbox. And you're like, oh, I got a letter from the IRS. What the hell? They gonna get you. So make sure you turn your taxes in on time. Lastly is, damn it, I didn't want to say this, but I'm gonna say it. People that are paying their money into a 401k, especially those that have noticed losses in their 401k. And everybody's like, us because of the down market, inflation, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's true. But why? It's your retirement. Right?
Right.
It's the money you put in so that when you retire, you pretty much just live off of, right?
I'm sorry, I'm laughing, y'all, because the way this economy looking and the way your supposed retirement is looking.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Not to cut you off, but don't get me wrong. Paying into retirement contributions like 401ks, things of that nature, or IRA, those things can provide big tax deductions that will lower the amount of taxable income that you would have to pay for. But this is the thing that burns my ass. Like, it really chafes that shit. Like, it gives me swamp.
Gives you swamp.
Swamp ass. They gonna just, this is what burns my shit up. You put money into basically a holding pattern so that you can have it for retirement, while the income that you have currently is taxed and you get what's left. And then when you pay for food, gas, a car, a house, kids, clothes, child support, strippers, all this other shit is taxed. I said strippers, ain't this a bitch? But it's all taxed. And the things that make absolutely no sense to me in these things about him being taxed is it doesn't give the consumer relief.
Wow.
They're paying taxes on all these things. When do they have the opportunity to actually just, appreciate what they spent their money on? They're paying taxes before they get paid. They're paying taxes on things that they need in their house to survive. It's like you got to pay taxes on the very thing that you live in.
Right.
So it's like, when do I get breaks? When do I get a tax break? And I can tell you right now, your 401k is not going to give it to you, especially if they're going to give you, 30% on your withdrawals. Yeah.
The taxation of a withdrawal before a certain age is astronomical.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's stupid.
Astronomical.
It's stupid. So, y'all, I'm not going to keep y'all. I just wanted to keep it with that, with the top 5 things.
Can we do a rundown so I can put them in the
No, I'm not. I don't know. If you wasn't listening and you listening live, you should have put that in the beginning, baby. I mean, I'm not trying to cut you down, but if you want to know what the top 5 is, you're going to have to replay it. You're going to have to replay it. But top 5, number 1, plan ahead. Number 2 was, keeping accurate. It was basically, keeping your, keeping things accurate, meaning just plan ahead. Planning ahead is making sure everything is up to date, keeping all your things in line. So planning ahead, keeping your records on point, making sure you have a tax professional, or if you use tax software, that you actually have, if you have the tax software, that you have a professional that's there on board. And then Making sure you do your
There we go.
making sure you turn your taxes in on time, of course. And then last but not least, if you contribute to your 401k, rather I say you should or shouldn't, that's neither here nor there. You know, make sure that you are contributing in there because you get the tax deductions for contributing, but be mindful that you're going to pay a hefty amount of taxes if you take that money out early, or when you actually take the money out, you're still going to pay taxes on it. So it's still one of those things that you have to, you know, you're not going to be able to get out of. Now, something that was brought to my attention like a couple of weeks ago, somebody had asked me about cryptocurrency. Like, do you got to pay taxes on cryptocurrency? And I'll briefly say this. You will pay taxes on cryptocurrency. How much you're going to pay, that's neither here nor there. I can say from personal experience that the platforms that I use, they pretty much do the tax forms for you. And then you basically turn them in with your 1040, your Schedule D and your 1040, and you're good. But you still have to understand the difference between losses and gains and everything else. And I can talk about that in a different podcast. Maybe I should talk about it on Tuesday. See how I turn those around? Real quick, like, you see that, babe? Mm-hmm. So Tuesday, we'll talk about crypto currency. I don't know. Gains and losses. Gains and losses in cryptocurrency. There we go. So we're going to talk about gains and losses in cryptocurrency. And then I'm going to also probably have a discussion about personal development. When are you going to talk about land banking? Ooh. That's a good question. I probably could talk about that. That's what I could talk about that. I could talk about land banking and cryptocurrency.
Excuse me. Goodness.
You all right over there?
Yep, I'm good.
I can talk about land banking and cryptocurrency. And I'm gonna message you, buddy. Talking to somebody on my Facebook, y'all. I'm gonna message you. So with that being said, y'all, that's what I said for Thursday night. Is a wrap. What you got to say to the people before we get up out of here?
Thank you all for always tapping in and tuning in and catching us on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We appreciate the love. Like, share. Make sure you're always tapping into us. Download our podcast wherever you get your podcasts at. And with that, I'm out. Peace.
That's what he said.
And
with Cedric D. Sanders.
We are out. I will holler at y'all again on Tuesday. Peace and love. We out of here.